Tonight, I'm at the Baxter Golden Arrow studio for a celebrated and award-winning production of Typics. Join me, Eon von Diamond, as I take you on this journey of discovery to truly discover the magnificence of this beautiful production.
My mom and aunt then freeze in an awkward silence. And then they start to raise their voices a little louder, and I feel like I did a bad thing. I look at my mother and she's breaking out into tears. My aunt starts to pray. My mother starts to swear. And amongst all this, ik hoor iets van die duivelse kant. But above all the shouting, the screaming, the bad words, and everything else, the only thing that I can think about in that.
Lauren portrayed the role of Katie. What a remarkable performance. Congratulations. I was impressed. It was absolutely beautiful and exquisitely, played. Now tell me more about your character and how you feel it's relevant in the real world.
I play a woman who is from the communities, and she's just a very normal, everyday woman who goes through the same things that everybody goes through every single day. And so I feel like it's relevant because she faces things like judgment, criticism, and these are things that everybody faces every single day of our lives, no matter who you are. And so I feel like her character was quite relevant in terms of that. Yeah.
Now there was a part where where Katie came out of the closet and the parents didn't want to accept that. What advice would you give to young people, who want to get out of the closet and who want to be accepted by friends and family and by society in general?
I think definitely just be yourself. That's the thing at the end of the day. You have to be true to who you are as a person and then find acceptance in that. Yeah.
And what was so sad was when Katie got raped by a family member, right? And then he said, I'm going to rape you because I want you to be straight.
Yeah.
And he thought that forcing himself on her, that will fix her up. And tell us more bit about that itself. And because that even happens in the real world.
Yeah, corrective rape is such a big thing. And so it's happening every single day more and more because people are trying to fix problems in any way and then taking it sometimes too far and getting violent in that kind of a way. And so it's happening and it's not okay. And so I think with the story, I wanted to highlight corrective rape, but also speak about how we cannot label rape at all because it kind of gives an excuse for the act and there shouldn't be an excuse. Yeah.
And towards the end, Katie then took revenge, walked into the home of the man who raped her 15 years ago and shot him. That's obviously not...
Is that what you got? Is that what you got?
That's what I got. For me, it felt like at the end, she finally got her revenge. She shot him and she killed him.
Okay.
And...
I think with the ending, I kind of wanted to leave it open to people. I wanted them to think either she took revenge or either she didn't, which is why we never did any explosive sounds or stuff like that. But I think I wanted to leave it up to people. What would you want to do? How do you fix your problems? Yeah.
Because I portrayed it as, oh my God, she just killed him. She just killed a man who raped her 15 years ago. And that's not always the advisable solution. I mean, you got to let go. You got to forgive and set yourself free in order to move on. So tapping into that character of a lesbian woman who got raped and who had to move on past those bad experiences, how was it like tapping into that character?
I think I definitely, when I wrote this story, I took some aspects of my life and I made it relatable because I don't believe that you can write from nothingness. So I've come through judgment, I've come through people telling me how to live, and I kind of know how that feels. And then taking stories from other people and trying to relate to it. So it was hard, very hard, especially with the process of this. But I found out at the end that maybe if I just tried a little harder, it would help. Yeah.
She had humor, she had emotion, she had it all tonight. Congratulations, Katie. I loved your performance. With the cast of Typics right here at the Baxter, you girls were absolutely amazing. The show was worth the watch. Now tell me more about the production itself and the meaning behind it and the message you tried to portray.
I think the biggest message was just, corrective rape. Obviously, it's wrong. We don't want labels to rape. And then as well as judgment, it's just so wrong on so many levels.
Now, Little Birdie told me you wrote the music. Tell us more about that.
I So I wrote the music, but I think the way I wrote it, it was a nice experience for me because I heard the story, and I think as a songwriter you get to kind of make that compact, and you can put it in like fun metaphors, and like just make it a smaller form of what that was of the big story. And so I really enjoy doing that. And then Dominique, our keyboardist, she has been amazing as well, with helping arrange the songs. But yes.
Now, when I heard the quirkies, Afrikaans quirkies, and you guys started to chant, I told the camera crew, that's my culture. I know that. I grew up with that. Where did that idea even come from?
Definitely from the script and how Katie's mom and aunt, that's their culture. If there's something wrong with you, they take you to church. There's no other way, it's church. You go to the Lord and he will fix you. So I think that's where that came from. And the funny thing is that my Afrikaans, no, it's not real. It's terrible. So it was a challenge, I think, writing that. And I enjoyed it. I can't dance, but I jacked. So yes, it was a great experience for me.
I don't know, the jaking just took me back to my childhood. Tell us a bit about your contribution, especially the music.
Well, my role was basically the music had already been there. I just had to enhance it, if I could put it that way. I needed to come up with the chords because the melody was there, the song was already there. What I basically needed to do was just come up with the chords and accompany and assist where possible.
Now that part where you said, my kind is die moffie, my kind gaan nie 'n moffie wees nie. That to me took me back to my childhood because that was my father's words, and there's little kids growing up hearing that today. I mean, what advice do you have to the youth that wants to get out of the closet, that wants to be accepted by society, by friends, by family? What advice do you have to them?
Well, I don't think my advice is more for those that wants to come out, but for those that are hearing those that want to come out. I think, judging is such a big thing, and that is why people are scared to come out. Because they know that they're going to be judged. They know they're going to be forced to go to church because it's against us. It's not in the Bible. It says you're not. It's taboo and all of that. So I think, firstly, don't judge people because sometimes it pushes you further to go into that. You know what I mean? It kind of like, it makes you, don't tell me what to do. So just show love regardless of who somebody is. And if you want to come out of the closet, do it for you so that you can find your inner peace and be happy.
Now, Tipex was beautifully executed, I must add. I loved our local talent. Absolutely incredible. It was humor, emotional. Sometimes it took me back to my childhood and I relived those moments. So that was Tipex, which took place at the Golden Arrow Studio in Baxter Theatre. From me, Eon von Diamond, it's good night and God bless.